We will now bring to order Wednesday, November 12th, Public Infrastructure and Utilities Committee. Madam Clerk, would you please call roll?
Alderwoman Boyd. Alderwoman Clark-Hubbard. Here. Vice Chair Schweitzer. Alderman Devoti.
Present.
Alderwoman Cox-Antwi.
Present.
Chair Browning.
Present.
Alderwoman Boyd. Vice Chair Schweitzer. We have 4 present. We have a quorum.
Thank you. And with that, we'll move to the next item, which is approval of the minutes. I'll accept a motion to approve the minutes of Wednesday, October 29th, 2020.
So moved. Second.
Moved by the Alderwoman from the 8th, seconded by the Alderman from the 5th. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Alderwoman Boyd. Alderwoman Clark-Hubbard.
Aye.
Vice Chair Schweitzer. Alderman Devoti.
Aye.
Alderwoman Cox-Antwi.
Aye.
Chair Browning.
Aye.
Alderwoman Boyd. Vice Chair Schweitzer. We have 4 aye votes.
Thank you. And with that, the minutes have been passed, and we will go ahead and move to board bills for review. We'll start with item number 1, which is board bill number 79. Alderman Devoti, you are recognized.
Thank you, Chair Browning. Members of the committee, this is a bill that deals with the installation of speed humps as a preliminary matter. I filed an amendment, Amendment 1, that adds subsections 4 and 5 to Section 1. I'm trying to consolidate all of these speed hump installations into one board bill. So we need to, if we could, amend this in committee to so we could take care of all the business at once.
Okay, let me just check to make sure we all have the amendment in the drive. Alderman, I don't think we have a copy of it yet, so
I can print it out right quick.
we'll print it off right quick. And with that, why don't we go ahead and do your other? Do you have another one, or let's see?
I do not.
Okay.
I will step aside.
While we do that, we'll go ahead and move to. You okay? Okay. We'll go ahead and move to item number 2, board bill number 86. Alderwoman Cox-Antwi, you are recognized.
Madam Clerk, I'm sorry, I just received a message that Alderwoman Boyd may be online. She says she can hear, but we can't hear her. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, members of the committee. I'm here today to present board bill number 86, which is a speed hump bill. This bill is done through a process that I have in my ward where we have a petition that's collected from the residents in the area. We did receive the necessary amounts of petition to move forward with this bill, and it will be placing a speed hump on Victor Avenue in the 8th Ward. With that, I will take any questions.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and go through committee to see if anyone has any questions. We'll start with Alderwoman Boyd.
No questions.
Alderwoman Clark-Hubbard.
No questions, thank you.
Alderman Devoti.
No questions.
I also have no questions. Madam Clerk, do we have anyone signed up for public testimony?
We have none.
Okay. Alderwoman, you're recognized to close.
All right. Thank you all for your support, and we're looking forward to see some more traffic calming taking place.
Excuse me, Alderwoman Schweitzer's online.
Oh.
Alderwoman Schweitzer. Any questions on this board? Okay, we're going to just go ahead and I'll accept a motion at this time to pass Board Bill 86 out of committee with a do pass recommendation.
So moved.
Moved by the Alderman from the 5th, seconded by the Alderwoman from the 10th. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Alderwoman Boyd. Alderwoman Clark. Alderwoman Clark Hubbard. Vice Chair Switzer. Alderman Devoti.
Aye.
Alderwoman Cox Antwi.
Aye.
Chair Browning.
Aye.
Vice Chair Switzer. We have 5 aye votes.
With that, congratulations, Alderwoman. We have passed Board Bill 86 out of committee with a do pass recommendation. Alderman Devoti, we're going to go back to item number 1 at this time, Board Bill 79. We now have the amendment in front of us. It is labeled Amendment Number 1.
Yeah, so you can see, as mentioned, that we are adding subparagraphs 4 and 5 to section 1, try to take care of multiple speed humps within one bill. So if we could first amend this particular board bill so that we can move forward.
That makes a lot of sense. At this time, I'll accept a motion to adopt Amendment Number 1 to Board Bill Number 79.
So moved.
I'll second that. Madam Clerk, please call roll.
Alderwoman Boyd.
Aye.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard. Vice Chair Switzer. Alderman Devoti.
Aye.
Alderwoman Cox Antwi.
Aye.
Chair Browning.
Aye.
Vice Chair Switzer. We have 5 aye votes.
That we have adopted Amendment Number 1 to Board Bill Number 79. Alderman, you may proceed.
Yeah, so similar to the alderman from the 8th, I have a process in my particular ward where a petition is submitted where folks are interested in installing a speed hump. We've got to have 50% plus 1 of parcel owners on board. With respect to these 5 speed humps, which are spread across the Hill, Northampton, and Southampton, 3 actually in Northampton, we obtained that plus much, much more. So the process was complied with, and I would ask for your favorable consideration with respect to this particular bill.
Thank you. With that, we'll see if the committee has any questions, starting with Alderwoman Boyd.
No questions. Thank you, Alderman Devoti.
Alderwoman Clark Hubbard. Assume you don't have any questions about your own board bill, Alderman, so I'll go to Alderwoman Cox Antwi.
No questions from me.
And I don't have any questions either. Madam Clerk, do we have any public testimony?
We have none.
All right, and with that, I'll accept Alderman, you're recognized to close.
I would simply ask your favorable consideration of Board Bill 79 as now amended in committee.
With that, I'll accept a recommendation for a do pass recommendation for Board Bill Number 79.
So moved.
Moved by the Alderwoman from the 13th, seconded by the Alderwoman from the 10th. Is there a call for previous roll?
Previous roll.
Previous row.
Hearing no objections. Congratulations, Alderman. That will move on and dispense, excuse me, we'll dispense with board bills, or what's item number 1 and 2, and move on to item number 3. I don't see Alderman Aldridge here, so we'll move on to item number 4, Board Bill Number 97. Alderman Clark Hubbard, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. Madam Clerk, can you read the summary for Board Bill 97, please?
Board Bill 97, sponsored by Alderwoman Shameen Clark Hubbard, an ordinance authorizing the honorary street name Kim Kerbley's Way pursuant to Ordinance Number 68937, which shall begin at the intersection of Deer Street and run north on Deer Street to the intersection of Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Today, I'm here representing countless people, whereas I know I could have sent out one text, made a call, made a post, and had this room full and our Zoom full. Out of respect for how our chairman likes to run his meetings, I said, let me just come carry this myself. Kim Jean Smith, Kimberly, who the family is belovedly honoring her with Kimberly's Way, was an amazing woman here in the city of St. Louis. Often women like her that give selflessly the way that she did for decades go unnoticed, go untalked about, very popular, very known in the community. But the opportunity to be able to honor her legacy this way after the untimely loss of her physically, but not the work that she had done a couple of years ago, I don't take it for granted to be able to do that. Just briefly met, I'll tell the story of how I met Kim. It was about 30 years ago. I had technically just graduated from high school, but was out living on my own, working on my own. So to give myself a present, I said I was gonna go to Cancun, give myself a trip to Cancun. And the organizers, knowing that I was going by myself, said, I'm gonna hook you up with some other women that are going. I was very young compared to the other women, but I wasn't nervous. I was ready to have a good time. And when I got there, I got connected with a girl named Rose, who was like a sister to me now, 30 years later. And when our first night there, she took me into a room in the same place that we were staying, where a woman was literally like holding court in her room, and that was Kim. I was in awe of her, again, because these women were a little older than me, young, and just wanted to have fun, but I was in awe of her then. Fast forward to when we got back to, had a good time in Cancun, I'm not gonna leave that out. Fast forward to when we got back to St. Louis, I found out our alignment. She owned a very popular hair salon called LA Connect. And she sold other things and was just an amazing entrepreneur and had a spirit of the connections that were in her name. And that was since I got to meet her and hang out with her, I got to meet people that weren't stars then that are stars now, just in the backyard hanging in her salon, like Cedric the Entertainer, to name one, and so many others, so much rich history that came out of St. Louis back then that we honor and recognize now. And I would say that I didn't know him if not for Kim. Then she was an organizer. So many of us are union supporters. And when I think about the work that she did as an organizer and some of her other ventures, she always organized the owners. So later on in her time of death, she owned stores on Martin Luther King, a liquor store. And what she had done there, and if you know, when it was during the pandemic and everything was, but even before the pandemic, she by her own right had organized other spirit store owners, liquor store owners, just in a way that was able to support each other, the way that we know them as unions, the way that we know them as organizers. But again, this is just something she did naturally, effortlessly. So her being the entrepreneur, the organizer, the philanthropist, the ways that she gave back and continued to give back on a good day and a bad day in the community, I just think so many of St. Louisans, so many history of these St. Louisans, these sons and daughters that give of their time, talent, and treasures this way in St. Louis. At time, they may go forgotten. And so again, being in position this way, to honor her this unique way that we can with naming a street after her, I don't take it for granted for a second, and it is uniquely, again, placed at where her store was, where so many love, where to this day, when I went and told them that we were doing this, they said people still come in and ask for Kim. So again, I'm asking that you stand in solidarity with me, with the family and countless people that will be able to share in this memory. This street is uniquely, again, set in a way that it feeds right into where her store was that's still open today, and that we honor this entrepreneur and philanthropist and organizer and lover of her city with naming the street Kimberly's Way. And with that, I'll be able to take any questions you may have.
Well, thank you, Alderwoman. That's such a nice sentiment. We'll see if the committee has any questions. Alderwoman Boyd.
I have no questions. Thank you, Alderwoman Hubbard. That was a beautiful statement, so thank you.
Thank you.
Alderman Devoti.
I have no questions, but I would join Alderwoman Boyd in thanking you for that description. I feel like I know Kim now just from listening to you.
I want it.
And that's one of the favorite things about this position is all I'm learning about the folks who have come before us and contributed in ways unimaginable. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alderwoman Cox Antwi.
No questions from me, but I will echo my colleagues in appreciating you grounding us in that history that your community feels about the legacy that Kim left in the community. I think a street name doesn't necessarily do justice all that she gave, but it does create permanency that reflects the permanent legacy that she'll leave there in the community. So I thank you for bringing this and sharing that story with us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And is Alderwoman Schweitzer on the line? No, and I don't have any questions. I just want to thank you again for that, just beautiful story. And this is such a nice gesture. I hope that this does remind people of who she, what she contributed to our city. And as my colleague from the 5th said, the best part of this job is to learn the history and all the people that have made this city wonderful.
Yeah.
With that, do we have any public testimony?
We have none.
All right, Alderwoman, you are recognized to close.
Thank you. Again, thank you for your support today. I failed to mention when LA Connections was open, it was just north of Delmar on Taylor, so which would have back then, I'm not sure which, probably the 18th ward. Now it's the 10th ward. So if LA Connections was still open, I would even be here all the ladies, so which I brag about a lot. So again, I don't take this for granted, and I ask for your favorable consideration and do pass recommendation for Board Bill 97.
So
Thank you.
moved.
Moved by the Alderwoman from the 13th.
Second.
Seconded, and is that for a do pass recommendation, Alderwoman?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's been moved by the Alderman from the 13th, seconded by the Alderman from the 5th to pass Board Bill 97 with a do pass recommendation. Is there a call for a previous roll?
Previous roll.
It's called previous roll from the Alderman from the 8th. Hearing no objection. Congratulations, Alderman.
Thank you.
And we've had a little bit of a confusion over the agenda, but I think we've figured it out. So it's not Alderman Aldridge's bill that's up today. It's actually another bill by Alderwoman Cox Antwi, Board Bill 96. That is online on the agenda, so we are in a solid territory as far as this being posted. And with that, Alderwoman, you are recognized to present Board Bill 96.
No problem. You know microphones don't like me, Alderwoman. Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Today I'm rising to present Board Bill 96, which you can find, as the chairman noted, referenced online. This board bill is to designate a one-way street direction street change on Marine Avenue. It's the 3600 block of Marine Avenue in the Marine Villa neighborhood in the 8th Ward. The reason we're wanting to change the direction of this one-way street from going north to be southbound is because there is a school located there that has early drop-offs, so it's been creating a lot of road congestion in the neighborhood. Similar to my speed hump process, I also have a process for runway designation, so the neighborhood association worked with the school to collect signatures in the surrounding neighborhood. We have a 50% threshold for that. They were able to get 65% of the residents on Marine Avenue to agree with this direction change. And again, the purpose of this is to hopefully make it easier for parents and families that are dropping off their students at this school to be able to easily exit the neighborhood and not create that congestion in the morning for the residents. So this is something that the neighborhood 100% supports, and I ask for your favorable consideration today.
Thank you. With that, we'll go through committee. Alderwoman Boyd, any questions? We'll come back. Alderman Devoti, or Alderman Hubbard, I'm sorry. Alderman Devoti.
No questions.
I also don't have any questions, although I do have one question. So it sounds like the residents of the area are aware this is happening. So if they happen to live on that street, they'll know to enter from the other side now. And this is something that parents of the children at the school are wanting or are aware of as well.
Yes, both have been informed, and we're hoping once this passes through the board that the school can do some education around the drop-off changes for parents so that they can actually follow this process as well as let us know.
Great. All right, Alderwoman Boyd, any questions?
No, I guess, so you want to make the street one way in that area, because I understand because of school. And so I know how people are when they're used to streets being two ways or whatever. So I guess my question is, will they have safety guards or something there during school times to make sure people are going the proper way that you all are trying to get the direction of the traffic?
Yes, Alderwoman. So actually the street is already one way, but it's one way northbound, and we're trying to change it to go southbound. And that's been what's creating the confusion because parents will be coming in. It's between Miami and Chippewa. I don't know if you know the area, but parents will be coming in trying to drop off their students and then getting congested in that Miami exit, which is right near Gravois. And so change it to go the other direction, especially when you have kids running around in the morning and things like that. Having all those cars is the safety hazard that you're talking about. So we're hoping people can exit the other direction and not be congested up near that Gravois, Miami area, which is the street. And then to your point about making sure that there's, guards and security in the school to help with the safety, that is something that KIPP already does. And we're hoping to also add, in addition to this, some signage to help with that clarity for the school. So this is kind of the first step to address that problem.
Okay, thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, and might I suggest that the first week you all do it, that it might be good if someone goes stand down at the end of the street and simply tell people if they're thinking about turning down, like they do during, when a race goes through a neighborhood or something, because I've noticed that some people don't read. Alderman, thank you for this. We'll see if we have any public testimony.
We have none.
Okay, with that, you're recognized to close.
All right, thank you all so much. And again, I ask for your favorable due pass recommendation of this bill.
With that, I'll accept a due pass recommendation. Board Bill 96, moved by the Alderman from the 13th, seconded by the Alderman from the 10th.
Previous roll.
Call for previous roll from the Alderman with the 13th. Not hearing any objection. Congratulations, Alderwoman.
Thank you all so much.
All right, and with that, we've gotten through our agenda. We'll move on to the next item, which is resolutions for review, which we have none on the agenda. Any committee discussions? It looks like we don't have any of those either. Madam Clerk, do we have any written testimony?
We have none.
All right, we'll dispense with that. Any announcements by any of the members of the committee? Seeing none, we'll move on. And I'd like to excuse the Alderman from the 1st for necessary absence. And with that, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by the Alderman
Second.
for the 5th, seconded by the Alderwoman from the 10th. And just call previous roll.
Previous roll.
With that, no objection, we are adjourned.